town, there was an old school shrouded in moss-covered walls and shattered windows. Legends spoke of an enigmatic creature lurking in the dark corridors of the school. A group of curious students decided to uncover the secrets of this school. After searching through empty classrooms and lengthy hallways, they stumbled upon an ancient library. There, a peculiar book caught their eye, chained with rusty links to a wooden desk. Despite warnings from their friends, one student opened the book, and suddenly, a terrifying sound echoed throughout the building. A creature with glowing red eyes and sharp teeth emerged from the shadows and charged at them. The students ran in terror, but the creature was relentless in pursuit. They found themselves in a room with a large mirror. One recalled a legend that the creature could only be defeated by seeing its own reflection. With newfound courage, one student lured the creature towards the mirror. Confronted with its image, the creature let out a scream and began to vanish. The students sighed in relief and fled the school, never to return to the cursed place. From that day on, no one dared approach the school, and the terrifying creature was never seen again. But on some nights, if you listen closely, you can hear the sound of the rusty chains of the book rattling in the night wind. On the outskirts of an ancient town, there lay a forsaken school known as the Academy of Starless Nights. This school was infamous for a peculiar phenomenon. Every night, a mysterious light would shine from its windows, as if classes were still in session. Local folks said that the spirit of the former headmaster, who had vanished on a stormy night years ago, was still wandering the halls, searching for students who could free him from his eternal bondage. One night, a group of teenagers entered the school, hoping to discover the truth. With flashlights in hand, they ventured into the darkness. With every step, an odd buzzing sound accompanied them. The walls were covered with paintings of students whose eyes seemed to follow them. They reached the main hall, where the mysterious light originated. In the center of the hall stood a large table, and on it, an open ledger with writings that appeared to be in blood. "Help me." Suddenly, the doors of the hall slammed shut with a terrifying noise, and the lights went out one by one. The teenagers were trapped in complete darkness. The sound of heavy footsteps approached them. When they turned on their flashlights, they saw a man dressed as the school headmaster with a lifeless face standing before them. With a voice that seemed to come from the depths of hell, he said, "Welcome to class." The teenagers ran with all their might, but every door they opened led back to the main hall, until one of them realized that the only way out was to accept the headmaster's invitation to join the class. They returned to the hall and sat at the table. The headmaster, with a satisfied smile, closed the bloody ledger and said, "Tonight's lesson is over." The teenagers hurried out of the school and never looked back. But from that night on, no more light was seen from the school's windows, and the odd buzzing sound ceased. Some say the headmaster's spirit has finally found peace, but no one dares to approach the Academy of Starless Nights anymore. In a secluded village, there stood a decrepit school known as the School of Shadows. This school was notorious for the strange occurrences within its walls. It was said that the walls were cursed, and anyone who set foot inside would never return. On a moonlit night, a group of friends decided to test their bravery and enter the school. With lanterns in hand, they stepped into the building, their footsteps echoing in the night silence. As soon as they entered, the door behind them closed, and an icy chill enveloped them. Suddenly, their lanterns flickered out, and they were plunged into utter darkness. They heard whispers emanating from the walls, as if the spirits of former students were conversing. With each step, the whispers grew louder, and shadows began to form around them. They came upon a classroom where the blackboard was filled with indecipherable writings. Suddenly, one of the friends screamed, claiming to have seen something. When they all looked, a teacher with a pale, lifeless face was writing on the board with chalk. They screamed and ran towards the exit, but every door they opened led back to the same classroom. They realized that the only way out was to read the writings on the blackboard. Trembling with fear, they began to read, and with each word, the shadows faded. When they read the last word, the shadows disappeared, and the exit door opened. They hurried out of the school and never returned to that cursed place. From then on, the School of Shadows was known as one of the most terrifying places in the village, and no one dared to come near it.